today's video, we are looking at section C of May-June 2024 past paper. This is business study paper 2, and we're going to be looking at question 5 and question 6. However, it is important for you to understand it's only question 5 that will be covered in this video, and question 6 will be covered in the separate video. I want you to assist you in terms of how you approach the essay type question, and you will be successfully, I know. So the essay is made up of 3 parts. The first part is your introduction, the second part is your body, and obviously the last part is your conclusion. So what are you doing in the introduction? In the introduction, you are trying to attract the reader. Describe the aspect that is covered by the essay and 1 or 2 additional matter that you need to cover in the essay. 2-point maximum. Do not spend a lot of time on the introduction. You don't have so much time in the exam. Then in the body, you would have been provided the aspects that you need to cover. You just only going to cover those aspects. Make sure that in the aspect, you do not provide more than 8 points. 8 points maximum, then move to the second aspect. Then in the conclusion, you are concluding on your body. You summarize what you've already stated in the body. Maximum 2 points. We don't have time in the exam to waste. So make sure that you save time so that you are able to finish the paper. I don't want candidate that will come back and say, I couldn't finish the paper because I spent so much time in the essay, or I spent so much time in section A or section B. Make sure you follow what I ask you to do. In your introduction, 2 points maximum, you're done. In the body, for each aspect that you are covering, maximum 8 points, you're done. In your conclusion, maximum 2 points, you are done. As I've already said, in the introduction, you are attracting the reader or the marker. In the body, you are covering only the aspects that you are asked to cover. In your conclusion, you are concluding on what you have covered in the aspect. 2 points, max. Close, done. Now let us look at what we have in question 5, and then I will summarize to you in terms of what you would have covered in each of the parts, which is introduction, the body, and the conclusion. So question 5, it's about business venture, management, and leadership. Now let us look at the scenario. Businesses agree that leaders' personal attitude play an important role in successful leadership. Some businesses apply the democratic leadership style, whereas others apply the autocratic leadership style. The situational and transformational leadership theories provide guidelines on the application of leadership styles. Certain leadership requires a business to apply the transitional leadership style. Now, when you go down, they said, write an essay on management and leadership in which you include the following aspect. This is your body of the essay. Outline the role of the personal attitude in successful leadership. 8 points, max, you move to the second one. Explain the differences between democratic and autocratic leadership styles. 8 points, maximum, move to the next. Discuss the following leadership theories: situational, transformational. In this case, I would recommend that you do the tables. For situational, you explain maximum 8, even 6, it's fine. Then transformational, you explain maximum 6, 8 if you want to be lenient, but you don't have time, right? Then recommend situation in which the transformational leadership style could be applied in the workplace. So if you see here, your body should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one should be in tabular format, which is the leadership theories. However, It is not a requirement that you use a table. I am recommending to you to use a table. However, they will still mark you even if you do not use a table. My recommendation to you, please use a table where you outline situational and transformational leadership. You get me? In the conclusion, you are concluding on these points. 2 points maximum, close, we are done. Right. So that's what I want you to do when you get to the exam. When you get to business studies paper 2, you need to do exactly what I'm asking you. Introduction, 2 points, done. Body, each expert that you're covering, a maximum of 8 points, done, move to the next. Conclusion, maximum 2 points, close, we are done with the essay type question. Now, let us see how we would have gone about answering this question. If you're looking here, we are talking about the leaders. Now you need to explain that the leaders plays an important role in the organization. The leaders define the success of the organization. By making the employees happy, they will yield positive results, and that means that the profitability of the company will improve. So good leaders yield positive results because they have knowledge and they can treat employees well. So that is in your introduction. And the second part that you can talk about, you can discuss or outline democratic leadership or either autocratic leadership. You talk about the leaders, what do they add in the organization and how they add it, what value do they act or what's the role do they play? And then you define any of what you need to discuss. Or rather, you state what are the requirements of any of the experts that you need to discuss. So you explain the topic for the day, then any requirement of the expert that you need to discuss. That is in your introduction. Then in your body is very nice. You are told what you're going to have to deal with. They say outline the role of personal attitude in situation. It's in successful leadership. Apologies. So in this case, you are told what you're going to talk about. So now what you're going to say? You're going to say positive attitude release leadership potential for personal growth. A leader's good attitude can influence the success of the business. The better the attitude of the leader, the better the result that the workplace is going to yield or the company is going to yield. Leaders' attitude may influence employees or teams' behavior. Imagine you have a good boss. The result you're going to produce will be great because you're happy at work. You're not afraid of your boss. You're not applying every day. But imagine that you are not happy at work. What are you going to be doing? You will continuously be applying, looking for job. Because you need a job. So that's the only thing that you need to do. When you get to work, you need to apply. But if you're happy, you're not looking for a job, you're going to be effective and you are happy with the leader. You want to make the leader happy or your manager happy. So that is why we're saying good leaders or leaders with good attitude will influence employees' behavior and performance. A positive attitude is critical for good leadership because good leaders will stay with the task regardless of difficulties and challenges. So there are a number of things that you need to state when they say outline the role and personal attitude in the successful leadership. You're basically talking about the attitude of the leader. You're talking about the behavior of the leader. You're talking about the knowledge, the strategy of the leader, because that defines the successful leadership. Now let's ask ourselves, what will be part of the conclusion? In your conclusion, now you are summarizing to say positive attitude of the leader of management will create a healthy work environment which will increase the productivity in the workplace. An effective application of any of this will yield better results. That is in your conclusion. So now what I'm asking you, if you're following me from TikTok, this is the only video of essay for paper 2 that will be posted today. However, on YouTube, I will post the full video where I go through the solution with the learners. Please follow me on YouTube. It's Economics 199, where the full video will be outlined and I will go in detail for the expert of this essay. Thank you so much and all the best for tomorrow.